everybody, I'm back in the car and back on a dash, and today is September 17th. It is a Wednesday, and this video I'm going to dedicate to my new viewers, the new viewers who are not Dashers or Uberers, who don't really know how all of this works. And I've been getting a lot of questions in my comment section about a whole bunch of things related to all of the things. So as you and I together, we're out doing this dinner shift and earning money, I'm going to talk about some things and explain some things so that I can answer your questions and you can have a clearer view of what we as Dashers and Uberers do. Okay, now here's my first order. $6 and something. $2 and something. No, not $2. 2 miles and something. For Jimmy John's. Alright kids, I'm gonna throw that order back up on the screen so you can take a look at it. The $6.67 I think it was. So that is not the price of the order for the customer. That is what we as the driver get paid to complete the order. So that would include the $2 from the company, whichever, you know, DoorDash and Uber Eats, they both do the same. $2 from the company, and then the rest of that is tip. Now sometimes the base pay, that's what we call it, the $2, the base pay can vary a little bit depending on different criteria. If you're doing sometimes alcohol orders, shopping orders, or orders that have been sitting around for a while, getting passed up by all the drivers out and about, then the base pay might go higher because they're trying to get someone to take the order. But for the most part, the base pay, it stays at $2, okay? As you can see, I'm never gonna get to pull out of this freaking parking lot over here. Underneath the money, you'll see like a little clocky thing with a time. So I'm not looking at the order you're looking at right now, but let's just say it says, you know, 12 minutes or whatever. That time that they're giving us is what they estimate will be how long it takes us to complete the order. So that's to drive there, pick it up, bring it to the customer, and drop it off. That's how long they're saying that it will take for us to deliver it, which is helpful information for us, because if we have a certain hourly goal, like if you want to make $20 per hour, right? You don't want to take a $6 order that's going to take you 40 minutes to do, because then you're not, most likely not, going to reach your hourly goal. Next to the time, you're going to see the miles. Those are the total miles to complete the order. Just like the time that they're saying, the miles are just like that. So however far it is to drive to the restaurant and then drive to the customer, those are the miles that they're showing us on the screen. Below that, you're going to see that is the restaurant that we're picking up with the address. And then below that is the kind of roundabout cross street for where we'll be dropping off. So they don't give us the customer's address until we've actually picked up the order. So we don't know exactly where we're going. So we're just given this kind of like, here's kind of roundabout the neighborhood that you'll be dropping off in. Alright guys, let's throw up some more, well, let's not throw up, but let's put up some orders on the screen to show you some more things. So I'm going to show you, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to show you the orders that I'm declining. So I've declined 3 orders since I have dropped off, oh, which way do I want to go? Since I have dropped off that Jimmy John's order, okay? So you can see the ones that I declined are upside down, upside down orders. What that means is the pay that they're paying us is less than the miles. So for those of us who are more experienced Dashers and Uberers, we know that there's no way in you know where that we are taking that. Not a chance, fancy pants. So we decline those. Here's why. And this, most people do not realize. We are not employees. We are independent contractors. All right? There was another one that I also declined that was not upside down in miles, but it was 2 orders for only $10 for a lot of miles, 8 miles. That's not appealing either. So that was also declined. But so let's just go over what it means to be, oh, I see a peacock up there, to be an independent contractor. We are not employees. We are basically, as an independent contractor, running our own business out here, using our own car and paying for all of the things, you know, that you got to pay for. Look at this peacock. Oh, you are very pretty, sir. Very pretty. We don't get paid an hourly rate, although we do have the option of doing an hourly rate. Most people don't do it. Well, I shouldn't say most people. Listen, I don't do it because I know in my experience that's where they're putting all the bad orders that nobody wants to take. And there's reasons that we don't want to take them. We'll get into that. But we're independent contractors, so we get paid the $2 base pay, and that's it. We don't get reimbursed for gas, for car repairs, for car costs. We have to pay our own health insurance, taxes, GoPro, all of those sorts of things we have to pay for. So we're out here running a business, and we have to take into consideration our business costs when we accept an order. As independent contractors, we do not have to take the orders that come to us. So just think of it like this. Think about construction companies. When they need something done and they go to an independent contractor, they're offered a bid, right? And they have the choice whether to accept that bid or not. That's exactly what we're doing. Are you looking at me? Every order is like a bid or a contract that we, because we're not employees, we're our own business. Oh, look at you. We have to make a wise decision for every order that we take. Because if we take bad orders, instead of making money out here, we would actually be losing money. Okay? Let me give you some examples. I'm gonna put this DoorDash order up on the screen. It is for $4.50 for 3.1 miles. That is a terrible order. All right, that's a terrible, that's even worse than a little shizzy, everybody, okay? These are the things that we have to take consideration as a business expense, okay? Taxes, gas, repair for our car, maintenance for our car, replacement of our car. Because you know what, if you're out here doing really long days almost every day of the week, like that is a lot of wear and tear on your car, folks. You have to pay for car insurance, and if you still have a car payment, you've got to pay for that too. So all of those are business expenses that have to come out of what you earn. That's why when we're out here, we're being choosy. Oh, this is the place where I have to actually get out of the car to go to the pad to open the gate. All right, let me see. I don't see it opening. I don't see it opening, friends. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. Alright, so it appears that the thing isn't working. Let me see if I can find her name, but I don't think that's going to do anything either. Now there's a car behind me, so let me pull up. I'm gonna have to like get out of their way because they probably need to go to the thing. I don't think it's gonna go long enough for me to get through. It's gonna come back down. Can I go? Quickly! Alright, we got it. Now there's another code to get into the lobby.
Access granted.
Another thing that I had a new person, new viewer, well, they didn't really ask. They came into the comment section. No. This is a $7, 7.9 mile Dickies. That is an upside down order. The pay is less than the miles, so I'm not taking it. I had also someone not really ask, but alright, I'll do this one. So another thing that I've had come up in my comments recently by someone who was very rude and obviously not a watcher of my channel, probably someone who stumbled across the video and watched it and then felt that they needed to empty all of the hate in their body into my comment section. But they basically chastise me for not using hot bags, because you know I don't use hot bags. I got more hot bags than anybody, okay? I got hot bags here, here, here. I got like 3 or 4 pizza bags. I got a big bag, like a catering bag. I got another bag from Sam's Club. I put everything in to insulated bags, whether it's a hot thing or a cold thing. You see what I'm saying? Now, the only time that I don't is if it's like a short distance and I've got some drinks that are like soft drinks. I might just put them on the seat, but all the hot food goes in the bags. If I have smoothies or milkshakes, I have a bag right there that has the whatchamacallit inside, the cup carrier thing, and that's where they go so that they stay cold. Just because you don't see me bringing a bag into the restaurant or up to the people's door doesn't mean I'm not using hot bags. I always use hot bags. And I live in Florida. It's hotter outside of the hot bag than it is inside the hot bag. You feeling me? Here's another thing also. If you order as a customer and your food is not hot, you cannot automatically blame the driver for your food not being hot. The only restaurants that really keep your food hot is if you order a pizza, because they can put it on top of the hot ovens and that keeps it hot. Or I've seen some of them put them in like the pizza bags and keep them in the pizza bags until we come pick them up. Or some places like Little Caesars, they have, you know, the stand-up things. Pizza Hut also, you know, they'll have the stand-up things where they can slide the pizza and food in, that keeps it hot. So the pizza places do a good job of keeping things hot until we get there. All of the other restaurants, not really. Most of the other restaurants, they'll make your order, they'll bag it up, and they set it on a shelf, or they set it on a counter or a table or whatever until we come pick it up. So we might accept the order. Like, as you've seen, if you've been watching my videos, I may be in the middle of doing another order and they'll send me an order. And so by the time I finish that order dropping off and go pick up, you know, how long has it been, and how long has it been for your food sitting there not being kept warm by the restaurant. So even though I use a hot bag, if the food's not, you know, steaming hot when I pick it up, it's not going to be steaming hot when you get it, because these bags, they don't heat up. They're only going to maintain the temperature of whatever the temperature is when you pick it up. You see what I'm saying? Now, there are drivers who are terrible who don't use hot bags. I'm talking to you, you hear me. They'll just put it on their seat, or I've seen some just put it in their trunk, like in a box, like that's gonna do something, or just have like other weird bags that they might put it in to carry it around. And so in those kind of cases, the driver should take some responsibility for the food not being hot as well. But like I said, the restaurants don't keep things hot, and so if it's not hot when I pick it up, it ain't gonna be hot when you get it from me. You understand? Next up, kids, Wing Spot wing spot order for $10.35. Why do you want me to go down the alley? No, I'm not going down the alley. Where there's a perfectly acceptable road right here. Where? What? This is wing spot? This old Checkers is called Sam's, but is wing spot. Oh look, I'm getting ignored, just like when it was a Checkers. Thank you. You too. Another comment that I get a lot is that I would make more money if I went and worked at a fast food restaurant. That is really not true. Especially for me, because I not only make money out here doing this job, but I make money off of the videos that I produce from doing the job. So to go and stop doing this, to go work at a fast food restaurant because, you know, people have the perception that that would be cheaper for you because then you're not using your car, which I can see how that they could come to that conclusion. But who can live off a fast food restaurant pay? You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be different for every driver that's out here. This is my perception, I could be wrong, but I believe most people that do this aren't doing it as a full-time job. But I could be wrong about that. I don't know. If someone is doing this as a full-time job, they're out here all the time. 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but you understand what I'm saying. They're out here really long days, like almost every single day of the week. But doing that, they're gonna probably make pretty good money if they're in a pretty good area. It's gonna be more than working at a fast food restaurant. And when you're working at a fast food restaurant, you have no control over your life, right? Somebody else decides what days you work, when you can have off. They decide, just take, for example, if you're doing food delivery as your full-time job and you have kids, right? And your kids get sick or you get sick, and so you need to take time off. You don't have to ask anybody for permission. You just do it because you make your own schedule. You see what I'm saying? If you need more money because you have something that you have to pay for, some unexpected expense or something that you don't have the money to cover, if you're working a fast food job, that's going to be very difficult to try to like get them to give you more hours. You're going to have to be like begging for more hours. Can I get some, can you call me in if somebody calls off? Can I get some more hours? Can I stay late? Can I come in early? If you're doing food work or food delivery and you need more money, you just work more. You just work more and you'll have more money. You can't do that with a regular job, you know? A lot of people also just do this as a side gig because their normal jobs, which people always recommend to me in the comments that I should have, that their normal job doesn't pay them enough. So they have to do side gigs like this to make ends meet. Or it could be people that don't have enough for retirement, so they're coming out here and trying to, you know, stack up money for retirement, or whatever the case may be. It could be, you know, parents that maybe they need more than the one income, but somebody needs to stay with the kids when the kids are home because, you know, paying daycare or paying someone to watch the kids is way too expensive, and you end up just working to pay someone to watch your kids, which is ridiculous. So you might have one parent that stays home, and then the other one goes, you know, once the one parent gets home, then they stay with the kids, and then the other parent's gonna go out and earn money delivering food. So you have to really look at the big picture of things. You can't just say, oh, because you're using your car, it's costing you all the things that I had mentioned earlier, so you'd be better off working at a fast food restaurant. I've been doing this for, has it been almost 3 years? And I've worked at a fast food restaurant. I was a manager, and it still wasn't enough money. Okay? I was a training manager, a shift manager. I was all kind of manager. It still wasn't enough money. So you have to take the whole big picture into account. All of the things. And another group of people that may be doing this too are people that have special needs kids. Because especially with those kids, you never know when you're not going to be able to work. You got to go pick them up from school because something's going down, or, you know, nobody will watch them, or you got to bring them. You know, there's so many different kind of people that do this kind of work for all different kind of reasons. So you can't make a blanket statement to anyone saying you'd be better off working at a fast food restaurant. You just can't. Alright guys, I accepted this. It's a double order, 12 something, 6.6 miles. They snuck in a Wingstop. Wingstop is the second order. Can you believe that crap? Listen, it better be ready when I get there. Did you hear about my Uber Eats people? That they are now, one of the criteria for whatever, you know, stupid level that you're on, is your on-timeness. Did you get that email? I washed my hands. I used the bathroom and washed my hands in the firehouse bathroom, and like, it's so cologne-y. Is that a word? Cologne-y smelling? Like, I can't even stand myself right now. Listen. Oh man, I gotta go left. Okay, then I'm gonna go around to the light. So, you know, Winghouse, here's some more information for those of you who are not Dashers or Uberers. Winghouse is one of the absolute worst places you could ever pick up from. Most of us, I would say, tell me in the comments if you agree, we avoid Winghouse. Wingstop! In usual Wingstop fashion, the order's not ready. The entire lobby, or whatever you want to call it, is filled with Dashers waiting. Is it clear? Thank you. Filled with Dashers waiting. None of the orders are ready. I ask for the order. She says, okay, it'll be up soon. And I look at the screen, and there's probably about 10 or 12 orders up on the screen. And I said, well, can you give me a time? And she said, well, there's a couple of orders ahead of yours, so it's going to be a while. Sign right here in this book. I said, oh no, I'm not waiting. And then I left. That's the only way to handle Wingstop, is to not accept it, or if they sneak it in and it ain't ready, you just decline it. Because I've already got somebody else's food in the car. I'm not going to sit in there for 20 or 30 minutes waiting for the order from Wingstop. I'm not going to do that to this customer. So now I have no idea what I will accept, what this order is going to pay me, because they grouped them together. And so now it's going to be a surprise. Surprise. Here's the next order, everybody. I accepted it before I got to Wingstop, so I don't remember anything about it except that it's the Grand Hacienda, and I only know that it's that because, you know, the screen is telling me. So you can just read it for yourselves. Sorry about that. I'm picking up.
Guess I'll do that.
Just working a lot, or
Yeah, like running around the keys. It's one of the best.
Okay, let's do that.
Are you thank you. Bring everything to the table. Thank you.
Listen, I'm in a neighborhood where I don't know how to get out again. But everybody seems to be going this way, and so I'm following them, and that could be a big mistake, but I'm hoping it's not, and I'm hoping that I think this is the right way. I think I remember the name of this road from other times I've been back here. Anywho, so I think it was 17 orders that I was offered, and I accepted 9 of them. I don't know what to tell you for the total because of the Wingstop order that I canceled. If that Wingstop order had stayed normal, I would be at $61.45. But of course it's not going to be that because I canceled that order. So that one will be less, whatever it was for. I think it was 12 something. Let me look at my earnings though. From what I've checked so far, I haven't seen anything that's gone up as far as the tip. What is that? Oh, I scrolled down too far. Still following them. I don't know why that says detour. But do you see everybody's going the same, and there's a person behind me going the same way too. So I think this is a wise choice. I think this is a wise choice. I was out here 3.5 hours, so unless some tips go up, this was a really, really crappy dinner shift where I did not even make $20 an hour, which is a big old bummer. A big old bummer, everybody. Okay, what's everybody doing? We're going to the right. Everybody's going to the right. Okay. You're going to the right. I'm going to the right. You have a stop sign? Okay, good. What's my acceptance rate? Let's take a look, shall we? 42% acceptance rate. 99% satisfaction rate, 2% cancellation rate, and 91% on time rate. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope if you're new to my channel that I answered questions you may have. I also get asked, why do I always put on my emergency brake? Because that's how I was taught to drive. When you put your car in park, you put on your emergency brake. I've done it with every single car I've had, and it's never been a problem. So for those of you who believe that the emergency brake is going to get worn out because I always put it on, well, that isn't true. I have had, I don't know how many cars, I have never ever had a problem with the emergency brake. I use it pretty much every time I stop. So put your fears to rest, my friends. It's gonna be okay. And if you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them at some time or another. I might not have a chance or time to answer them in the comments, depending how much I'm working and all that, but I'll try to remember what your question is and answer it at some point. Okay? Y'all are great. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys on the next one. Adios.